free sausages today.
From where?
Fatters. It's, I don't know. It's the name of the place spells Fatters backwards, so they call it Fatters.
Alright.
Doing my
Okay.
bit. They were closing the pure. Do an extra sausage on that free of charge? I'm like,
Too fucking right, I do. Don't ask me stupid
I'm
questions.
gonna say no.
What was it I was going to say there?
Hello, welcome to the Cosy Couch, episode 7. Yes, that's right. I had to count my fingers there.
Set.
Oh, I don't know any other language. What's German? From 6. Sieben? Ah, yes.
Semen.
Sieben.
Is it semen?
I
Like,
guess Sieben.
I think you might be
something
wrong
like
there.
that. Yeah, it could be Sieben. I don't know. I don't speak German, do you?
No.
Hmm.
I know. Auf Wiedersehen.
Ah, guten Tag.
Scheiße! Yeah. That's
Scheißen Kosen Culture.
Oh, she
Defended already.
she leave dick. Yeah. We know that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What
It's
does
the
that
Beatles.
mean again?
She loves me.
She loves me.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
So yeah, this is the number 1 Beatles podcast.
International. Yep.
No, this is the Cosy Couch.
Yep.
This is an entertainment podcast, all about sort of games, movies, just that pretty much. Sometimes go over other stuff like TV shows and comics, but not a lot.
We are today.
Oh,
Not
spoilers.
comics. TV. Spoilers.
So, my name is Nick, and this is...
Richard.
So as I said, yeah, we're the Cosy Couch. You can follow us at Twitter, at the Cosy Couch. I am Nick Solo89. He is.
At Dirk Saxon.
Yep, and you can find us on YouTube, where you're probably watching us.
Yeah.
Just type in the Cosy Couch and then you'll find us.
Yeah.
Please subscribe and all that jazz.
Yeah. We need to get 100 subscribers so that we can get youtube.com/the Cosy Couch. Because apparently that doesn't work unless you've got 100 subscribers. So fucking get subscribing.
It's not even guaranteed to work then. That's just one of the criteria we need to meet. But just
So
as far as I know, we've
help
met
us
all
at
the rest
least
of them.
meet that fucking criteria.
We should have met the rest of them because we've got a few videos up. We've had it longer than a month, all that shit. you know,
Yeah,
so
yeah. We've also got another video in the works. We've not really got a name for it yet. Well, we have the video. We're going to edit it. It's short but funny. But we just don't know what to call it, and we're probably going to make it a recurring thing.
Yeah, definitely.
So not today, but there will be one soon. So yeah.
One thing a lot of people have been asking for us to do is play games while we do the show. That's another thing we're going to be doing.
Yeah, that
we're
was
going to
another
be
idea for a show.
doing one-to-ones. So we're going to have a different game each week, and we're going to play each other one-to-one. So it could be like a racing game, a shooting game, fighting game. So we're going to capture the game device and then record us playing it, and hopefully we'll get some.
We could see, to be honest, we could actually even do it through Twitch. The only problem is, Twitch's broadcast can sometimes be a bit sketchy.
Yeah.
So whereas if we were using game DVR, it'd probably be a good bit better. So
Aye, try and get the best quality out there.
yes.
So I like Twitch, but it just doesn't always work.
Yeah, that is true.
And I've got good internet. I mean, I don't need to tell you.
Fuck you going about your internet all the fucking time. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Right. Want to get cracking on with the news then?
Well, before that, what have you been up to this week?
Well, I've been in motherfucking Disneyland.
Nice.
Paris, not Florida.
Still good.
Yeah, it was legit. Like, for anyone who's never been to Disneyland, that shit is amazing. Like, I love Disney films. I'm not gonna go out of my way and be like, oh, I'm the biggest Disney fan ever. But honestly, like, from the second you get into that park, you honestly do feel the magic that everyone talks about. It's so good. I think even at
Got the magic.
yeah, you did. It has the magic, and I can understand how it would have been amazing as a kid, but even going at our age, like in your late 20s, I don't have kids, thankfully, at this age, so I didn't have the stress of having to deal with, because I think it'd be different going with your kids.
Yeah.
I think it'd be awesome to see it through their eyes, but you've got a level of stress of making sure that they get to do everything. It must just be such a hassle. Whereas going at my age and being able to see like other families there with their kids, and you know how much they were enjoying it, and them getting to see like Winnie the Pooh and stuff like that. That was awesome. But I had the benefit of being like, oh, I don't need to deal with that. But honestly, it was amazing. Like there was never a dull moment. With great weather as well. 4 days, so we could just roll out of bed whenever we wanted. Go through the park. It's the quiet season, so although it is busy, it's nowhere near like it would be in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was incredible. At night, I was watching season 2 of Daredevil again, because Amanda, my girlfriend, she's not watched it all, so we're doing that. And I've been watching season 4 of House of Cards. Oh my god. Have you not watched House of Cards yet, have you?
No.
You really need to get into it. You would love it, because it's American politics, but it's not like a boring show about politics. It's like really...
No, it's something I've wanted to get into for a while, and
Yeah.
I mean, I'm off this week, so I'm going to use this time to catch up and...
Well, I would
shows and shit.
highly recommend House of Cards. You will really, really enjoy it. Gaming wise, not done much because I've been away the whole week.
Yeah.
When I got back yesterday, I played the Division's new update, the Falcon Lost Incursions. Really loving the way the gear's laid out now. That you know, the game is the same but a lot different.
Yeah.
I
It
do
seems like they've added a lot more stuff to do
a
now.
lot more challenges, be it daily, weekly. You know, there's just a lot more to do now. First time I done Falcon Lost, an American guy showed me a glitch where you can destroy the... I won't ruin the main plot of the story, but you destroy the main boss by glitching out of the map and just firing grenades at it. I would tell people how to do this, but I've since read an update. They plan on punishing people for that. So
Don't do it.
yeah, don't do it. Not worth it. But the main incursion is fucking brutal. Like really, really difficult to complete. Does require a lot of thought. You really need to all work together as a team. So although there's matchmaking, you better hope that you get put with 3 guys that are all working together and you can just kind of tag along with their plan. Because if it's 4 randomers, you're probably not even getting out the main doorway. So it's really, really good. What about yourself? What have you been playing?
Not a lot. Played a lot about the Division, but just a tiny bit to just check it out. Played some Destiny. New updates.
How's the new update for that?
It's alright.
Nothing major?
A lot of bugs. It's annoying. That's the thing.
It's never a good... Well, the Division was plagued with bugs as well, from what I hear at the start, but by the time I got back, it was all fixed, so...
It's just stupid things like... I've not had any decent engrams to code at a higher level, when they said there's a very high chances I'm doing that.
Right.
I've not had any good drops, even though they said they've increased that. But I mean, I am incredibly unlucky at the game. So,
right, well, there you go then.
the only thing I actually played for like 6 hours all day was Plants vs Zombies. Like
The original?
yeah.
Alright.
Cause I was getting my Vita out and I went to play something, and I was like, I'll just have a wee game of survival. Before I know it, I'm like, 60 flags in pure.
Well, there you go then.
I love that game so much.
Speaking of the Vita, in fact, do you know what? That's a good segue. I'm just going to get cracking right into the news.
Okay.
Because this wasn't story number 1, but we might as well start with it. Because the PlayStation Vita exclusive from the creators of Guacamelee, Severed, the next big game, first person game that's coming out, April 26th. It's finally here.
Oh, nice.
So it's like literally right around the corner. By the time this goes live, it'll be a week away. So there you go. Finally getting it. Guacamelee, for anyone who has not played it, honestly go and download it. It is like a Metroidvania. No, it's not. It's more like a Castlevania kind of 2D dungeon crawler, and it's absolutely amazing. Like it's really, really good. It's quite funny. It's all based around like pure like Mexican wrestling and the Day of the Dead, and it's actually really, really fun. I thought it would be shit, but haven't played it. It was...
Oh, it's brilliant game made by Drinksbox Studios.
Yeah.
They also made Fruit Ninja. You played Fruit Ninja,
Shit, yeah, that's right. And Fruit Ninja,
game,
Fruit Ninja, another excellent game. This game is miles apart from Fruit Ninja, but no, it's really,
that's
really
like
good.
they make really fun games, so
yeah,
I
I mean,
hope this one.
yeah, so I Severed, April 26th, check it out. So story number 2, some new trailers come out this week. We got a new Suicide Squad trailer, which you're not wanting to watch due to the fact that you don't want anything spoiled. I did watch it. It is very in the vein of the last trailer. The last trailer used Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody to go along with it. This uses... cannot remember.
I like that song.
Ballroom Blitz. I don't know, I just totally blanked on that. To go along with it. Some new footage, not a great deal more, but it looks really fun. Like they've really sold the fact that they're a team. A lot of the characters, El Diablo, Captain Boomerang, they seem to get a bit more screen time, so does Killer Croc, which is good because I was kind of worried it was maybe only going to be like the Harley Quinn and Deadshot movie, but it seems they're getting a lot more. A good bit more Batman in it, weirdly enough. It seems as if he actually might play quite... not a big part. It doesn't seem like he's part of the Suicide Squad, but it certainly seems as if Harley Quinn's flashbacks are going to have him in it quite a lot.
Yeah.
So it'll be good because, you know, I'm choking to see more of Batman after Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, absolutely.
Granted, I wasn't, you know, exactly happy with that film, but I really want to see the Suicide Squad because I think it'll be the first time that they do villains justice. Because a lot of films, that villains are pretty weak. If I'm honest, like, there's no film that really comes to the top of my head that I'm like, oh, the villain was really good in that. Loki in the Marvel movies, I would say he's probably a really good villain. Other than that, you're kind of hard pressed. They're all kind of boring. Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't really say there is anyone that kind of stands out for me, to be honest.
Thing in the Watchmen, but that's a different story.
Yeah, I'd say that's different. I'm kind of looking over at my films here and thinking, not really any good. Tell you who's got a great villain recently, not news, but in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. right now, they've brought Hive from the comics into it. Hive is, for anyone who doesn't know, he's a genetically altered creature. He's like made of all these different types of bacteria, and they come together and they form one kind of mass, and he just and he takes over people's bodies and inherits their abilities. But with this version of him, they've kind of done a different story and they've made him an Inhuman, and he's like the Hydra's god, I feel like. And although they started Hydra in the first Captain America movie, they've said that isn't actually how Hydra started. It's actually an ancient order, and that was the Red Skull just took the ideals of Hydra and they split off. As they say, there's many heads of Hydra. His was one sect of Hydra, and they've explained it really, really well. And he is an amazing villain. He's like really, really creepy. He seems to be in it a lot. TV's kind of different because they can flesh out villains a bit more. But he's really, really good. For anyone who's not caught up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I suggest you do that if you're into the Marvel movies, because it does link into them, and it's, you know, it's a really, really good kind of spin-off show along with the likes of Daredevil and whatnot. But it's a bit more family friendly. It's in line with the Marvel movies. It's a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Whereas Daredevil, Jessica Jones, they are a lot darker. Speaking of the Marvel movies, actually, story number 2 or 3, I suppose. The Inhumans movie has been pushed back. It was expected in July 12th, 2019, but it's now been pushed back to a week later, to July the 19th, and it's because of the recent announcement of the 5th Indiana Jones movie. Disney owning Marvel, they obviously don't want their two films colliding, so they've pushed it back. I'm not actually convinced the Inhumans movie will go ahead, if I'm honest, because they're doing it in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't really see the need. I don't know how the movie works, if you know what I mean, because they're explaining it really well in the TV show. So then again, that could just be their jumping off point, as these guys exist. We don't need to explain that, you know, straight away. But I feel like the Inhumans need an origin story in a film. Because people like you've not watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so you don't have a fucking scoop about them. So.
No, so I mean, if I went to cinema to see that, I'd be like, I'd want an origin, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So, a couple other wee Marvel things came up this week. They don't really justify a full story for themselves, but it's confirmed that Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy will be in the first part of Marvel's, like, the Avengers Infinity War movies. So that's good to have another character confirmed for that.
Yep.
Natalie Portman not going to be in Thor 3, which to me, there was a rumour going about that it's going to be, I'm sure we've spoken about it in the podcast, that it's going to be a kind of galactic road trip with him and the Hulk.
Yeah.
That to me kind of confirms that is probably what it's going to be, because if Natalie Portman's not in it as his love interest, you know, why would she be on this road trip? So good, get her.
And she's not been in any of the Avenger films, so...
Yeah, she's mentioned in Age of Ultron, but yeah, she's not actually in it. To be honest, I don't think they really need to bring her into it.
No.
Unless they... If they're going to follow the comics, then she may pop back into it later on and as the films go on, but right now there's no real need for her. Kevin Feige, who is the Marvel Studios president, he's also revealed that the cast for the upcoming Captain Marvel movie and the director are going to be announced in the coming months. So, you know, if you keep it locked here, we'll get back to you on that one. And the last thing is that the rumour about Spider-Man's movie, confirmed, it is called Spider-Man Homecoming. They revealed it at Comic-Con, and Birdman Spotlight star Michael Keaton have reportedly been eyed to play the villain. So just looking at him, I'm thinking Vulture. But I don't know if they would use Vulture in a Spider-Man film. I don't really know if he works well as a villain.
I want Shocker.
Yeah, I would really like Shocker. I'm surprised Shocker hasn't actually been in any of the films. The Homecoming things does suggest it's to do with the black suit, but I don't know if they bring the black suit into it in the first film. That seems a bit kind of out there. So I don't know what they'll do with Homecoming now, but I don't really care. I just want to see what Marvel do with it. So that'll be good. Keeping it in line with Marvel, I suppose. Daredevil star Charlie Cox, he was speaking recently saying that no announcements came from this, but he confirmed that the Defenders TV series, which will include Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage and Iron Fist, is going to start filming at the end of this year. So I'd imagine we'll probably see it kind of somewhere about halfway through next year.
Probably summertime.
Yeah, which is great, because the quicker we get this, the better. Because so far they've been hitting the nail on the head with the TV series. Still need to see how Luke Cage and Iron Fist go, but from what I've seen, Daredevil season 2 is absolutely incredible. So the sooner they get this going, the better. They've also announced that the showrunners for Daredevil, the guys that have been getting the show going, they are also going to be taking on the Defenders, which is great because the tone of Daredevil is really good. Really good action. The fight scenes are incredible. Very, very violent and dark. It's nothing like the Marvel, the cinematic universe that you're used to. So if they're taking on the Defenders, I think this will be fucking incredible. I'm really curious to see what they do with this. The next story, we'll stick, seeing as we're kind of talking a lot about the Marvel stuff and comic book movies in general, we'll move on to this. Ben Affleck, it was rumoured he was going to be doing a standalone Batman film. They've only went and confirmed it, that he is confirmed to be directing and starring in his own standalone Batman film. Nothing's been said about storyline or anything like that. They've just confirmed he is taking it on, which if anyone's seen Batman vs Superman, you probably all agree Batman, best thing about the film.
Yeah.
So, really, really good.
But I mean, can he act and direct?
Yes.
Well.
Argo. Seen Argo?
No.
Incredible film.
Oh yeah, but I'm not saying. I mean.
And he directs that. He acts and directs that.
But yeah, that was his vision of Batman, and I'm sure the director would have given him some direction. So if he doesn't have that person there saying, no, try it this way, try it that way, is it going to be the same Batman?
Well, I don't know if he was really directed to be Batman. I'm sure he was directing the scenes, but I think the character comes from him.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure he plays the character the way he wants to. Because I feel like Ben Affleck had a lot to. He kind of had to redeem himself from the shitey Daredevil film. Like that was absolutely atrocious. So it's probably a good thing that he's now come back and went, no, I need to make a name for myself. I mean, you look at people like Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, these guys are like making mega bucks playing Iron Man, Captain America. People fucking love these guys.
Yeah.
So if someone comes to you and offers you the chance to, be a big star with a comic book character, you need to nail it now. Like you can't fuck about with it.
No,
so
absolutely.
Really, really looking forward to that. They've also announced that the original cut of Batman vs Superman, without taking anything out, like keeping everything that was meant to be in the film in it, 4 hours long.
Yeah.
That is staggering. So there is going to be a longer version for the Blu-ray, and it's going to be R-rated. I am very curious to see how long it is now. I don't reckon it's the 4 hours. I reckon they cut a lot of the shit out. But
I think they might do it.
I don't know. I would like to see this. Well, apparently it's around 4 hours. So I reckon it's just under 4 hours.
If you look at the Lord of the Rings extended editions, they're all 4 hours and more.
Yeah, well,
And
I could see it happening. I would like to see it because that was our big problem. Is a lot of the stuff in that film is added in. It feels like it's just flung in for no reason. So if they were to add a lot more context to these things, then maybe it actually could greatly improve the movie. So I'm all for a 4 hour version of that. I'd sit and watch it.
As long as it's done right, because I mean, in terms of Lord of the Rings, I feel the only good extended one was the second one, the 2 Towers.
Yeah.
The first one, there was a lot of stuff you're like, I see why they cut this out. And especially the third one, that goes on for fucking ever. There's just so much of that film that unnecessary, which is why they cut it out, of course, but the 2 Towers was perfect.
Yeah.
All that extra footage was worth it,
Yeah, a lot of the stuff they add into these extra things isn't really worth it, but certain films do need it, and I honestly believe Batman vs Superman is one of those films. It needed a lot.
As long as it is good footage and worthwhile, then I'm all for it, but
yeah,
I don't just want more staring.
Yeah, that's true. So we kind of got onto this topic because we'd been talking about the Suicide Squad trailer. Going back to the trailers, we also got a trailer for Doctor Strange, which you and I have watched. What did you think of it?
Looks strange.
Yeah, I look, and that's not a discredit to it. It does look weird. It gave me an Inception feel.
Yes.
If you know what I mean. Very weird kind of visual effects with like the world being in all different places. It's the same scene but from all different dimensions.
Just Inception, basically.
Yeah, and Benedict Cumberbatch looks really good in it. It does look like it's very faithful to how he gets his powers in it. They've kind of changed. The ancient one is originally a man, a wee kind of Mandarin man. It's now Tilda Swinton. Don't know how they'll play that one, but hey, she looks cool. Bald Tilda Swinton. She's a dead weird looking woman anyway.
I'm sure there's people out there going mental right now.
Oh yeah, it's not source material, but no, I think it looks fucking incredible. Another couple of trailers. We got a new Game of Thrones trailer, which is just more of the same. It looks fucking incredible. I kind of wish I hadn't watched it because I'm like, wow. I can't actually recall any parts of it, which is good because that was my aim after I watched it, was try and forget about these things. A lot more action. You see a lot of that kind of weird Ice King guy.
Yeah.
I want to see more of that shit. Saw a good wee bit of Bran as well.
Yeah. So he's back in it.
Yeah, who looks about fucking 12 years older. Puberty hit him like a ton of fucking bricks. And then we also get a Gears of War 4 trailer as well, which
nobody cares about.
I care about. Gears of War 4 looks really fucking good. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for Gears 4 because it's not Marcus Phoenix anymore.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I'm curious to see where it goes.
No, me too. I will play it.
So, next story. We spoke, I can't remember if it was last week or the week before, about Evolution Studios, the people that made Drive Club, and how unfortunately their studio had been shut down by Sony. Well, good news for them is they've now teamed up with Codemasters, who do a lot of kind of racing games. They've now become part of the Codemasters family. They're joining. I think they are. I'm not sure if they're staying on as Evolution Studios or they're just becoming part of Codemasters. But all the team is all staying together, and nothing's really changing for them. So that's great. They've all got to keep their jobs.
No, absolutely.
And with Codemasters already doing racing games, I could see them going back to maybe doing something along the lines of MotorStorm. I'd imagine Sony owns that IP, but hey, good news for Sony is if you own that IP, all you need to do is say to Codemasters, hey, do you guys want to work in another MotorStorm?
Yeah, I feel like MotorStorm was really unfortunate, like what happened to it. Basically, they had MotorStorm Apocalypse planned to come out.
Yeah.
Pretty much saying it was actually it was a week before it was due to come out. A big disaster happened.
Yeah,
I'm
sure it was the tsunami.
Yeah, and
it was either a tsunami or an earthquake.
And it was a big natural disaster, and they pushed the game back because of it. And then when the game came out, it got a bad rap because people were like, "Oh, you're taking the piss at this." It's like,
I don't even.
So.
Yeah, I don't even think they really gave it a great deal of press either, because it was like one of those things that just kind of. We can't really give it great press when there's been a big natural disaster.
It's the best MotorStorm has ever been, and it didn't sell well, which is unfortunate. And I think that's why they moved them over to Drive Club. They said making a sort of racing sim, but which is weird because they already had Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I could never really understand that myself. That you've got Gran Turismo, one of possibly the best. People argue Forza's a better racing sim, but two different consoles. Each has their own big thing. But Sony, their big driving sim's Gran Turismo. It has been a great selling game for them. Everyone raves about Gran Turismo. Why would you then get Evolution Studios, who've done like a wacky racing, shit blown up in your face game, to go and do a racing sim? It just, that always seemed strange to me.
I think they've done it because Evolution are brilliant at their visual effects. Like,
Yeah,
the detail in those games is fantastic, so I think that's why.
Yeah, but you could have put that into another MotorStorm. It seemed weird.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like Sony just kind of shot them in the face with that one, but hey, at least they've now found a new home with Codemasters, so it's good. Glad they've all got to keep their job. Next story is Microsoft Studios announced that Remedy's Quantum Break has had the biggest opening weekend of a new IP for Microsoft ever, which is great news for them. Reviews were absolutely outstanding for Quantum Break.
Yep.
I've yet to play it. I'm waiting till I get paid so that I can go and buy it, because I'm choking to play it. But seemingly everyone is absolutely raving about Quantum Break. So once I've got around to playing it, which should hopefully be next week, I'll get back to you and tell you my kind of thoughts on it. Maybe do a wee review of it.
Yeah.
Don't know if I can really be bothered doing reviews, to be honest. That seems like.
No, I mean, it's really good. It sold 100 copies though.
Yeah. Well, I think the reason it's so big is because it's sold on PC as well.
Oh, so that's where the numbers came from, not Xbox Ones.
Well, no, a lot. See, the weird thing is,
It's just a wee digging kid.
it's cross buy. So if you buy it in one, you get it in the other. So, I think if you buy it on Xbox, you get a PC version. I'm not entirely sure if it works the other way around.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of how it's happening. But it's across the Xbox One's lifespan, which, to be fair, what is it competing against? Like Halo, Tomb Raider. I mean, there has been exclusives, Titanfall. A lot of these things they did well, but they weren't like pure doing crazy numbers. So we'll wait and see what happens.
Cool. I'll be see if my PC can run it.
Oh, there you go. Next up, Respawn have released a teaser trailer for Titanfall 2. Not much in it, to be honest. It's just a kind of concept trailer. It's a camera moving through the jungle, gets to a crash pod, and then a big Titan stands. They've revealed Titans will now have swords, which is fucking cool, because if the Titans needed anything, it was fucking swords. Titans were already amazing. And they've announced that they'll show more at EA's kind of press conference thing on June the 12th. So when it gets to E3 season, kick him out to watch that, because I'm sure they'll be releasing gameplay, because if the teaser trailer's out now, you can bet your bottom dollar that gameplay's coming along shortly after it.
Yep.
Speaking of E3, actually, Microsoft have announced that their press conference is going to take place on Monday, June the 13th at 9:30am Pacific Time, 12:30pm Eastern Time, and 5:30pm Greenwich Mean Time, which is good for us. I'm not sure if
They're not UTC?
No, it's Greenwich Mean Time.
No, is that also UTC?
No, Universal Time Code is an hour after us.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Yes, which was really annoying, because when
But-
The Witcher released, I needed to wait till 1 in the morning to be able
No,
to
but that'd be right now, because this isn't GMT, this is BST, British Summertime. There's a difference. GMT refers to winter time, I believe.
I fuck knows how it works. Either way, if you live in the UK, it'll be 5:30pm that it's on. So we only
Same as every year, basically.
yeah, we'll find out if we're off. We don't know what we'll do content wise when it comes to E3, because it's not all one big stream anymore, because EA have pulled out. So I think it'll just be Microsoft, Sony, and Ubisoft, which is still a great 3 conferences. EA better not fucking be at the same time as any one of them, because I would still quite like to watch that.
Yeah.
Nintendo this year I'm interested to watch, because they're going to be revealing the new console, the NX.
Oh, yeah.
So we kind of need to watch that as well. So
See
we'll get,
what the fuck is.
we'll sort something out with content. I don't know how we'll come about that. We might just have a massively long show talking about things, but we shall see. We shall see. Next story. For anyone who likes the Underworld films, I'm not a massive fan of them, to be honest, but they've announced that the next film is officially titled Underworld Blood Wars, and it's due to hit theatres this year, October the 14th. And they've announced that the two main people, Kate Beckinsale, can't remember the other cunt's name, he plays David in the film, so they are both coming back. And then there's a couple other people. Charles Dance from Game of Thrones, Tywin Lannister, he's going to be in it though. Well, like a bit of Charles Dance, he's usually always a bad guy, so
Always like him, yeah.
yeah, you can bet he's probably going to be a bad guy. So yeah, you care about the Underworld film?
Not at all.
Good. Moving on. The Witcher's DLC. Apparently, it was meant to be released on June the 7th. That was a kind of leak that came out. Since then, CD Projekt Red have released a kind of image for it, and I don't think they confirmed the date, but it looks pretty much like it's going to be June the 7th. And it's meant to be another big 20-hour campaign. The map is meant to be just as big as parts of the map in The Witcher, and it's all to do with like vampires. It's a very kind of Spanish, or more of a kind of Italian era, kind of dead nice wee villages and things like that, and it's all meant to be run by like vampires, so that'll be fucking excellent. The more Witcher the better. I haven't played the last DLC because I was waiting on both of them being out, so I could basically jump back in. It was like a whole new game to sit and play. But for anyone who's not played The Witcher 3, if you like big RPG adventure games, that is the game to play, because you are getting hours of content. I think I'm at the 100-hour mark.
Aye.
And I've not repeated myself at all. Like that's me just continuously playing the game. There's that much to do in it. It's fucking incredible. Speaking of big games, the map to Red Dead Redemption 2 has been leaked.
Yep.
So that hasn't actually been confirmed as a game yet. No one's come out and said. I think it was like pretty much they were an obvious thing they were going to make another one. It sold so well, and I think after the success of GTA 5, people have obviously been choking for another Red Dead Redemption. So the map is it's looking pretty big. It's meant to be a prequel apparently, which is good because you're then playing as John Marston again, because not a lot of people were. that kind of ruins the end of the game. Not going to speak to you. Not going to tell you what happens at the end of the game. But if it's a prequel...
Oh, 6-7 years old now?
Yeah, do you know what fucking ruins it? John Marston dies at the end of the game. You die in a pure epic gunfight, yeah, with which you get to take part as. But then you get to play on as his son grown up, and you do a couple of extra missions seeking revenge, and it helps you go around and finish any things that you hadn't quite done. But I don't think people really felt that strongly about his son. So, whereas John Marston was an excellent character, he was really cool. So it'll be good to see him back in the day as like a proper, I don't give a fuck criminal with no family ties or anything. You're like, that'll be really cool. So there's the Great Plains area in Blackwater City, which is quite heavily featured in Red Dead Redemption. So that is going to be in it. But there's also a bit in the city called in the map called New Bordeaux, which is also in Mafia 3. That's quite heavily where Mafia 3 is going to be based. I don't think there's going to be any crossover because this is set in like fucking Wild West times. Mafia 3 is kind of way into the future, like the 1980s or something like that. So I doubt there'll be any crossover, but that would be quite cool to see, like, because although Rockstar don't make Mafia, it is Take-Two, like their publisher, that controls Mafia.
Yeah.
So it would be quite good for them to share properties and, you know, something used. I'd imagine they will have some kind of crossover, like there'll be a reference to Mafia and Red Dead and a reference to Red Dead and Mafia.
Yeah, they normally do.
But I mean, after the size of GTA 5's map, I can only imagine Red Dead's bigger because there's no real need for ocean in Red Dead. And they don't need big, massive, sprawling cities, so they can kind of spread everything out a lot flatter ground. I cannot wait for another Red Dead.
Yeah.
Like the last one was so good. 100%ed that game. Never got every achievement because there was a lot of multiplayer stuff and I wasn't that keen in the multiplayer. But I story wise, 100% everything. It was fucking incredible. So if we get another one of them, I reckon that this is pretty much confirmation. You're seeing this at E3.
Oh, I don't know about E3 because Rockstar never go.
Well, that's...
You do their own thing.
Well, yeah, I don't think they need to for Grand Theft Auto. For Red Dead, I could see them going to E3. I could see that being a big push. I don't know. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'd imagine you'll hear news about it soon because there's no way they'll keep quiet about the map. They haven't commented on it. They've basically just went, cool.
That's what they do, though.
They could even just say it was concept.
Yeah.
You know, they don't confirm this at all, so we'll see what happens with that. I think this is the last story. I'll just double check I've went through everything. Yeah, last story, and I cannot believe we're fucking talking about this again. Fable Legends. First it was off, then it was back on, but lo and behold, it looks like they have just cut the throat of this bastard. The beta has been shut down. Anyone who purchased anything during the course of the beta, they're now working on refunds, and it looks like any plans to kind of keep this thing going and bring the game out, dead. Not happening now.
Yeah.
So thank fuck, get that thing buried, get rid of it. It's a shame Lionhead Studios got shut down, people lost their jobs, but they were killing Fable as far as I'm concerned, so oh well, too bad for them. So
Oh well, get on them.
Yeah, no other stories. The only other thing I can think of is like, I've not got any facts or figures, but the Jungle Book movie from Disney has seemingly opened with amazing results.
Yep.
It seems to be doing really, really well. We're going to go and see that tonight.
Yes, so we'll let you know how it
yeah,
is.
we'll let you know how it is. So that's all for the news.
Yeah, aye. Quite a busy week.
It was quite a busy week. I did all that when I was in Paris.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Working hard while away.
Exactly. Dedicated.
I did nothing but work.
Well, that's all right.
A lot. So, as I said, I'm off this week, so I'm just going to relax. It's be good.
Catch up. Definitely House of Cards.
Catch up on TV shows and games. I'm going to play a lot of Fallout this week, actually. because the other DLC came out, the
Wasteland event.
Workshop or
Well,
something.
Wasteland Workshop, yeah,
Is it?
pretty poor reviews, apparently.
Aye.
Yeah, it doesn't add much, no story or anything.
Oh, I knew that, but I mean, it's just that you can capture creatures and people and make them fight and all that, or stuff them.
Yeah, it seems
Like
like
the stuff of
there's
Deathfall,
like
you know.
some
So
bitch in the game that everyone fucking hates, and apparently they've been like making big massive arenas for her to fight like
what?
12 death claws and stuff like that because everyone hates her so much.
Is
I
it
can't.
that reporter bitch, because I fucking
No,
hate
it's not the reporter. It's some other cow. I can't remember who it's yet. Like, as loads of people have just been like, "What the fuck is the deal with her?" So they've just went, "All right, fuck it, we can kill her now." So
Yeah.
stick her in there.
Yeah, so we'll get fired in that. So
Yeah.
look forward to it.
So that was the news. So our big question this week.
Yep. What was it again?
Favourite character in a video game.
Okay.
So I'll let you go first because I'm sure I went first last week.
No, I'll go first.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
Yep. So it works.
Alright, okay. Right, well
Right,
I'll go.
so no, I've got one. Right.
Oh fucking hell, I thought you were arguing as if I went first.
No, I don't mean.
Right.
I've got one, mate. I'm going to give a good honourable mention as well, right? So
Oh, I didn't realise we were going to do an honourable mention.
too many to pick from.
Alright, okay.
Right. So mine is Sackboy from Little Big Planet.
Really?
Yes.
That's your favourite character in a video game?
Absolutely.
You could have had the likes of the Master Chief, Solid Snake,
Yep.
fucking anyone like that, big massive legendary people. You pick fucking Sackboy.
Absolutely.
Justify this.
Okay. He's fucking cute, right? He's this wee teddy, basically. It's alive, right? He's a wee sack boy, right?
Right.
But you can dress him up. You can paint him and all that shit. You can put stickers on him. It's brilliant. He's just such a nice wee character.
Yeah, I suppose
He's
you
good
can't.
fun
You
as
can
well.
actually dress him up as pretty much every video game character ever. Anyway.
Including Solid Snake.
Yeah, that is true actually.
And
And a wee lion. He's dead cute when you dress him up
That's
as a
very
wee
true.
lion.
I had a wee spacesuit for him. I like that one.
Yeah.
So he doesn't speak, but all the Little Big Planet games are narrated by Stephen Fry.
Yeah. That's
So you associate Sackboy with Stephen Fry, well I do anyway. But he's one of my favourite characters. Every time you see him, you're like, oh, there he is. I mean, every time I see Solid Snake, I'm like, oh, shit's about to go down, man. I'm going to be tense for the next 2 hours, you know, but with Sackboy, it's like, oh, yay.
Okay, right. What's your honourable mention then?
John from Metal Gear Solid 3, also known as Big Boss, Solid Snake.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
So his your name.
I feel like Big Boss doesn't even need discussion. If you've not played Metal Gear, you are missing out.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to choose him, but I feel he's a good character, but he doesn't really talk a lot, you know, he's very sort of... Yeah, he does talk, right?
He's a pretty one-dimensional character.
Yeah, he's
There's
quite
not,
moody and aggressive.
There's
and,
not a lot of character to him, to be honest.
so, I mean, that's why I didn't choose him, because, you know, it's good fun to play as him, but I wouldn't say he's a good multi-diversal or directional character, you know?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
That makes sense.
Yeah, well, I'm going to start with my honourable mention then, because I was going to pick John 117,
I knew you would.
the Master Chief, but the reason I didn't pick him is because for the first few games, he's an amazing character. If you delve into his backstory, he's amazing. I've read the books for the Halo games, and The Fall of Reach is absolutely incredible. It's all about how he got taken as a child, was replaced with a clone that was going to degenerate, so his parents would never query what happened. Trained from a very young age to just be a straight up killer, and then he ends up becoming like one of the best of the best. Saves the world numerous times, saves the universe essentially numerous times. And as the games have gone on, especially in 4, they did give him a lot more character, you know, because he's dealing with basically the loss of his friend. Like, his friend's fall, his only like kind of friend he's ever really made in the games is Cortana, an AI, you know, and he essentially kind of falls in love with her. It's a dead weird relationship they've got, and in 4 you kind of see that because she's beginning to hit rampancy because her AIs are only designed to last about 7 years, and she is beginning to fall apart, and you can see how he begins to start questioning, like, well, why am I following orders? Like, fuck this, I want to save my friend, and how do I go about that? And in Halo 5, that is what that game's about, is he kind of goes off the grid, he goes rogue and says, no, fuck this. And he is a really good character, but he isn't who I'm picking. He's just my honourable mention.
But plus, we did say a favourite game in a video game character, our favourite character in a video game. A lot of that story comes from the books and the
a
lore and
lot
that,
of my
so.
love for the Master Chief does come from other material that isn't necessarily to do with the games. As much as I do love him in the games, the rest of the source material did kind of help. But my favourite character from any video game ever is a guy called Thane Krios in Mass Effect 2. In Mass Effect 2, your whole job is to go about recruiting a team to go on this massive suicide mission to help save, like, humanity, basically. And Thane Krios is he's an alien that you go and recruit. He's a master assassin, and he's like a weird kind of reptile creature. I can't actually remember what his race are called, but they're really humanoid kind of lizard creatures, and he is amazing. And over the course of the game, you get to know him a lot better, and he's got a really kind of he's a dead religious guy. He kills for this religion that he follows, and you find out that he's actually dying. He has like a critical illness, and he lost his wife, and she was killed by people, so he sought out revenge. He had a son that he left behind because he was like, no, I need to go and get revenge, and I don't want my son to follow in my footsteps. You do a kind of side mission which involves his son, and you find out that his son actually did follow in his footsteps, and he didn't want that. And he's just a really good character. He is in Mass Effect 3, and spoilers for anyone who's you've not played Mass Effect, so now I feel like I can't talk about this.
No, on you go, it's fine.
In Mass Effect 3, he does come into it, and he has... Oh, you knew he was going to die anyway, because he tells you that in the game. They give him a really, really fitting farewell. He comes in and absolutely leathers the shit out of people. He gets such a good send-off, it's unbelievable. And he's just a really good character. Like, he added a lot to that game. And even from trailers, I kind of thought he would be my favourite character, because he was the one I was like, oh, who the fuck is this guy? You know, he's got a dead cool voice. He's got like a dead kind of weird croaky voice.
Yeah.
And he's just really cool. Dead quiet at first. He just hides away in the back of the ship. A lot of his character development comes from you just choosing to go and speak to him. But he is a really, really good character to have on your side. And I've never found a character that I've thought, oh yeah, he was fucking so cool, like I really loved him. Thane Krios was definitely the best. So for anyone who's not played the Mass Effect games, that includes you, go and play them, because you're missing out on some amazing characters, and he is like just number one. So yeah.
Our good friend Mark Brannigan, also known as B-Boy, he said his favourite character was Vivi from Final Fantasy IX.
That's a shout, by the way. Vivi's a really good character. They give a reason. And
I quote, yes, pretending to be all innocent, tripping up all the time, and then just wrecking cunts with mad fireballs.
Yeah, that is true. Like, have you played Final Fantasy 9?
No, I've not played 9.
Right, well, I've played through all of 9, absolutely loved it, and that is very true. You're introduced to Vivi kind of right at the start of the game, and he is this innocent wee mage that, like, you think can't really do all that much, and by the end of the game, he is ultimate badass.
Yeah.
He's really, really powerful.
He was the one that they used to market the game as well, and all the...
Yeah, they did use Vivi quite a lot, actually.
He's a wee guy, you can't see his face, just his eyes.
Yeah,
he's got a big hat.
Yeah, they actually do bring another couple of mages like him into it. They're not like small, these guys are like real badasses.
Yeah.
But Vivi is actually more powerful than them. I can't actually remember how Vivi's storyline kind of pans out in that game, but I do remember by the end of the game, he is an absolute badass. So yeah, that was good. So yeah, thank you, finally, somebody, for actually leaving us a comment that we can use. So please keep commenting.
Yeah. Because
we would like to hear from you. We would like to incorporate fan feedback into the show. So, yeah.
Okay, so next week's question is, right, what is the most disappointing game sequel you've ever played?
Oh, so, right, sequel.
it doesn't have to be that the game was bad per se, right? But just this game let you down. So maybe it had too much hype, or you're expecting more from it, or you love the first one so much and the second one just didn't deliver quite as good, you know, so quite as well, sorry. So what game sequel has let you down the most?
Right, well, do you know what? I want to expand on that.
Okay.
Okay? Not only should we pick the one that's let us down the most, we should pick our best one, right? So the best sequel you've ever played.
Okay.
And if you want to do an honourable mention, an honourable mention has to be a reboot. So a reboot of a game franchise that you've played and went, that was fucking excellent. So just games, or are we doing films as well?
No, just games.
Just games. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah.
Because films, there's too many.
Yeah, actually films, you'd be here all fucking day.
Yeah.
So now games, that's a good shout, actually. So your best, well, the worst sequel you've ever played that let you down, the best sequel you've ever played that was better than you expected, and if you've got an honourable mention, reboot.
Okay, yeah.
So, because I already know my reboot, that was the first thing that came to mind.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so I know mine.
Oh, I know what yours is then.
What?
Unless
What's what it's Nope, wrong.
No?
That's not a reboot, that's just the same games.
Aye, but like...
No, I'm talking about like a game that existed, but they've not remastered it or anything, like they've actually just remade it, and
Right, okay.
it's the same game but like totally different.
Okay, no.
So
fair.
I'll tell you I'll save it for next week. But I feel like I'll tell you as soon as we stop filming this.
I like the anticipation.
Yeah, so there we go.
Cool.
Well, that was us. That was everything.
Yeah. Thanks very much for watching. So, yes, this is the Cosy Couch. If you like this, please subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yeah, because we need that 100 subscribers.
We do.
Yeah.
I can't remember how many we're on now, but we're getting there.
The last time I checked, it was like, I think it was 21 or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's 24 now or something.
Oh, that's good.
We're growing.
Yeah, we're getting there. So please like this, share it with your friends. Please do subscribe. Please, please comment. That's the big thing. We would actually really like people to just keep commenting on Facebook posts, tweet at us at the Cosy Couch. Our Facebook page is just the Cosy Couch.
Yep.
You can find it through either of our pages, but if you don't know who the fuck we are because you just randomly stumbled across this video, it's the Cosy Couch. YouTube, you're probably already watching this, but it is just the Cosy Couch. My Twitter's at dirk saxon. Your
At Nick Solo 89.
Yep, your PSN tag is
TheGrim Reaper89.
and my gamer tag is dirk saxon. So please add us. We'll be online most of the time. He's more of a Destiny player. I'm more of a Division player. Although you do dabble.
I do dabble, yes.
Yes.
Not as much as you.
Yeah, I'm fucking right into the Division. So there we go. So that's everything.
Yep.
Again, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, all the nonsense we've just went through. So,
And we'll see you next week.
yeah, see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Stay cozy.
I always forget to say
You
that.
forgot? I didn't even want to say that, but I thought you were going to go there with me.
Stay cozy. I like it. I just forget that we say it.
Okay. Will we say it again and then edit it in so it looks like we remembered? Or is that effort?
That's effort.
That's effort. Fuck
Yeah.
it. We don't do effort.
We don't do retakes,
Yeah, exactly.
as I'm sure you can tell.
Yeah, fuck it. See you later on.
Goodbye.
Oh, what is the clock?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck off. You laughed too soon. What are you doing there?
Oh.
Oh.
Oh my God.